Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Stella Mandy. Today I want to make a video about not giving up on your struggles to the stage of triumphing in a new environment, in a new country. I'm doing this video to encourage each and everyone that is at the face of facing one or two struggles that he or she did not even think it was going to be present in the course of relocating or trying to find greener pastures in other country. So today I want to talk about 4 points or 5 points in this video. The first point I want to talk about is that if you are overwhelmed with what is happening in the new environment you find yourself, do not give up. Know that you are not the only person that is experiencing the same thing. It only gets better as time goes on. So the first thing you might see is that cultural barriers are everywhere. The environment you knew before is not the environment that you are in now. Things are entirely different from where you're coming from. So I will first say try as much as possible to overcome cultural barriers. On normal day, you feel that you're not so confident to talk to an Oyibo person, you're not so confident to relate with Oyibo people, and then you find yourself in countries of the whites, and you have no choice. You have to learn how to relate with them. You have no choice. You have to learn how to live with them. You have no choice. You have to learn how to accept everybody just as they are also accepting you. I'm trying to say that you need to overcome some of this cultural barrier of thinking we have had, so far about the people that you are coming in to live with for a period of time or for the rest of your life. So what I'm saying in essence is that embrace your culture, embrace their culture, embrace the cultural differences. If there are similarities, embrace it. The African culture we have is a respectful culture in quotes. When you say good morning sir, good morning ma, you have to embrace the new culture of wherever you are going to, perhaps in a place where they don't even use the word sir or ma, and that doesn't still connote respect or disrespect. In some culture, like my own culture, when an adult is talking to you, you dare not look at them in the face. You have to look down. But in this other culture, you know that theirs is that when you look down, you are being rude. You have to look at them in the face. You have to just embrace the cultural differences. It is possible, like you're in culture, you come from the culture I came from, where you don't call elders by name. And you're in a culture where even somebody that is 80 years, 90 years, as long as you have anything to do with the person, you call the person by first name. That doesn't mean you are rude. You have to just embrace the cultural differences. The second thing I'll talk about is employment challenges. You find yourself in a challenge that it's really disheartening to you. You have applied for a job and it's like where I'm coming from. Once I apply, I get to do interview and then I get employed. I have my qualifications. If you're going to foreign countries, you might be disappointed that for weeks, for months, or even for years, you might not get a dream job you're actually looking for. Don't be static. Life itself is not static, it's dynamic. You can still diversify. You can still look at what other things you can do, as compared to what you have been doing so far in the past, and then you have become an expert in it, or it's just your interest. You have to do that, diversify, and then you have to learn how best to do things to get right employment. Maybe the CV we have in Nigeria, for example, this is how we write it. You write contact details, you write marital status, you write name of children, ages of children, names of children, you write whatever address, everything like that. You put references. In some other countries, that is not their format. So you have to learn more. Maybe that's one of the reasons why you're not getting the job you have desired. Look out for the resume or the CV that is needed in the country you are going to and the format. Tailor yours to suit that and that alone. That's one. So get the right place to get access to jobs and apply for them. Like if you're using Indeed now, you cannot use Indeed.com to get some jobs in some countries. You cannot use Indeed.ca to get some jobs in some countries. It is limited. And some countries also have their own job boards or job websites where you can get jobs. You can't just be looking blindly or just search Google and then just start searching like that. You have to find the right means to get the right employment. So it's really a challenge getting a job. And I know many of us traveled outside so that we could, for greener pastures, we could make ends meet, we could be more better settled down from where we're coming from. And you think immediately you come to the country, favor works for me, I start working the following day. No. Foreign countries abroad are organized. They are organized. Things just doesn't happen overnight. I'm not ruling out the fact that there's no favor, there's no grace of God, there's no whatever it is. But what I'm saying is you cannot just get there today and then you think you'll get that job tomorrow. There's a process. You have to follow that process. And if you are facing the economic challenge, don't give up. Don't give up. Sometimes these organizations post a job. They post a job that the vacancy is going to open next year, but they would have posted it here and you'd have applied. You'll be thinking they will call you tomorrow, they will call you next tomorrow, but they already have a benchmark, they already have a time limit, you know, for whatever action from one phase to another. So you have to understand the terrain of whatever country you are in now. You have to know that it's different from where you are coming from, and you have to know that it only gets better. Don't just apply for 1 or 2 and then go and sit down. If it takes you to apply for 20 jobs, different roles that you know you can perform, please do that. Please avoid shady things in your resume, in your CV, you know, and then most of the time they don't really like gaps in your CV. If you were working, you know, between 2008 to 2012, and then you got another job 2015 to 2000, or even 2014 to 2000 and something, what happened between 2012 and 2014? You were doing something, put it there. Even if it's that you were taking care of your child, even if you were taking care of an aged person in your household or somewhere, put it there. Okay, so I know that you're going to overcome the employment challenge. It is work to get work. It is really work to get work. But then when you get it, you will know that it's worth it. It's a challenge really, but continue to be resilient, be determined, and then you will get what your heart desires. The other thing I want to talk about is just building life in midst of adversity. If you left your country because of financial struggles, you left because of whatever challenges, I want to let you to know that it is also available in the new country you are going to. Other countries that you are going to is not heaven. The country you are going to is not heaven. It is earth. And it is people that are also ruling it. They also have their own challenges they battle with. So don't think that you are going to heaven because you are leaving your country to another country. It might not always be. You have to battle with some things, or you might have to battle with some things. But with time, you get to understand, you get to know, and then you get to adapt to some things. So getting houses, everything is just organized. You cannot just say, I'll go to but somebody's house and I'll be living there with the person. If the person has even rented an apartment, they would have asked for names of people living in that same apartment before they give you the house or the apartment. So you cannot just say, I'll find my way. Even if it's under a bridge, I'll sleep there. No. You have to find the right accommodation for the right number of people. And then you have to find out, is it a condo? Is it an apartment? Is it a house? Is it townhouse? You know, as it is. And the cost. And they will even ask you for some documentations as it is. So it's good to build life in the midst of adversity, whatever struggle it is. One of the best things you can do is to build support networks in the environment you are in. So people have been there before you. You can join groups on WhatsApp. I don't subscribe to Telegram because of stories I've heard about scams from Telegram groups. I know there are Nigerians or there are people in your neighborhood from where you're coming from, in the particular neighborhood you are. Find the right networks. Through Facebook groups, you can get them. Just type in something near you on Facebook. It's going to bring those groups to you. Maybe Nigerian groups in somewhere, Nigerian groups near me, something groups near me, children, mothers in social place. So where you can get support networks. You need school for your children, you need information about this. You know, you can always help you in the face of adversity, in the face of struggles in the new environment, which could be very overwhelming. The thing I want to talk about is educational orders. Maybe you are in that country as a student, international student. Education abroad is not like Nigerian education. My brother and my sister, is not. So if you don't prepare yourself and you are tough-skinned, you might drop out. And dropping out doesn't make sense. Imagine you have spent a whole lot of money and effort, or your parents have spent a whole lot of money and effort to get you abroad, and you cannot cope because you were not prepared for it. No, that doesn't make sense. Bible says, who will build a house? Who wants to build a house? I will not first sit down and count the cost before starting to build. If not, people will start making jest of him that he started the building, it could not complete. I pray that will not be our portion, but whichever way it is, you have to know that education abroad is different from Nigeria. In fact, I just read it in the news maybe 2 days ago that UK is now at the verge of deporting Nigerians, maybe Nigerians or international students who did not pass their academics pursuits in United Kingdom, whichever states, whichever cities it is, and they are trying to deport them because the intention is actually to come and study. But what they met there is actually different from what they think they will meet there. Some courses are even without thesis, some are without courseworks, some you don't have exams, some you have exams, and everything is just different. So you have to adapt to the new educational system there. Find out. And one thing I know is that many international universities or institutions have financial support or financial assistance for students. For example, where I am now, at least you have to have payments or finances for the first year before they even allow you to come in to the country. You have to have finances for a year. But because they believe that after that 1 year, if you have good academic record, good standing, you will get series of scholarships, student loans, Empower loans, and other forms like that. Individual scholarship, organizational scholarship, faculty scholarships, university scholarships, and the likes. So you have to learn how to adapt in a new environment. Some people even come and they the pair up roommates so that their finances can still be managed. As students, you are coming alone, you're not coming with a spouse or children, and then you look for a male or a female person that is of your tribe. Still talking about networking, and you guys can share a room, and then you start paying the money equally or whichever way. It is with rules, terms and conditions. Because not like some people that you start bringing friends to somebody's room that you are sharing. You start bringing friends, or you start stealing somebody's things. You just have to be careful. But whichever way, you can still overcome financial struggles, even in your educational journey, as it is. So many people started as students, and they are at the top affairs, the top place in government in countries where they are now. Nigerians are really making the country proud in many countries they have gone to. That doesn't mean there are no bad eggs. But what I'm saying in essence is that your academic struggle or challenges can still become a thing that you also will be teaching people, advising people, and guiding people about when you have mastered how to adapt from stress, from struggle to triumph in your journey of relocation. The next thing I want to talk about, which is the last one, the fifth one, is empowerment. I want to talk about empowerment today. Many of us, we are senior executives, you're senior workers from your country, you are experienced, and then it looks like at a point in another country you might have to start from the scratch. Not everybody started from the scratch, but you must have read it or heard in the news that they will say today a bank manager in Nigeria, this and this now, is a cleaner abroad, and they say fine, I like it that way. Some top actors and actresses who are on the A-list are now doing support care worker or cleaners in somewhere, and they are happy with it. Let the mentality of where we are coming from, let it just stay away from us. We are talking about empowerment. We are moving from a country to another country, and then because you want to be financially stable, you want to be satisfied. Maybe because insecurity, maybe because there's conflict and wherever you're coming from, maybe because of persecution and other things that people face. And you are lucky, you're fortunate not to even be seeking asylum and still be looking for government for sustenance. You are still on your own, trying to struggle or trying to make ends meet. One thing I want to let you know is that in a new country, it might be like starting afresh. Don't let it disturb you. You can always, I trust any Nigerian that is ready. We have been built to be hardworking. You can always pick up the pieces of your strength and then start again. Not again as again, but you can pick up from where you're coming from, 1 or 2, 3 lessons, and start again in a new country. And very soon you discover that you have been able to overcome the struggles and you have achieved great success, just like you have achieved in your country, in the new country. So whatever it is, I want to let you know, just to encourage you, that your resilience, your determination, your strength, your triumph will be exhibited when you have overcome all the struggles and all the struggles and all the struggles that you have pass through in good faith. Everybody has a story to tell. Don't let those who sugarcoat their mouth or their stories to you on social media make you feel depressed or not achieving anything. The aim of this video is to let you know that you are trying. I give you thumbs up for what you are doing, and you will get there in time. If you've not subscribed, subscribe up to my YouTube channel at Stellimandi and on my Facebook page at Stellimandi for encouragement to bring videos like this to us over time. God knows your struggle. We know your struggle. We know that you are doing great for yourself. It might always begin like that, but I'm very sure in the end you will see that it's worth it, and I give you the thumbs up for that. Keep doing what you are doing. All the best.